In this tutorial for Team Yankee, I'm going to discuss how you allocate hits. All right, so through this shooting step, we've checked the range, we've checked the line of sight, we declared our targets, we rotate to face targets, we rolled the hit. Now we're going to assign those hits, and how do we do that? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up this building, and these Abrams are wanting to shoot, and their targets are these T-72s. So we'll do something like this. So there's the T-72s. And we'll move that one up like that. Okay, so going through the list here of assigning hits, they have to be a valid target. So looking at this, any hits that this one does, he can't see these two. So any hits he does cannot be assigned to them. This one can pretty well only see maybe the outside ones. It can't see these. And this one can see either one. So these cannot be assigned there, and from this one cannot be assigned to those two. So that's what we mean by valid targets. Part of the same unit as target team. So they're all one unit, can do it. If this was a separate unit and that was a separate unit, then shots from this one cannot be allocated over here, even though they look the same. They're in different units. If they're all in the same unit, yeah, that's fine. Also, if that's over there, not the same unit, so they cannot be allocated to that one. Same type as target team. So what we mean by that is, let's say we got the BMPs and the men, and say they're all in the same unit. When they shoot, if they target, let's say this tank targets them, the men, its shots cannot go over to also the BMPs, because these are tanks, these are infantry. If it decides I'm going to shoot at the BMPs, or what we consider tanks, the shots cannot then be allocated over to infantry. So that's what they mean by the same type: infantry, tanks, or aircraft. So I'm going to take these out of the way. And within 6 inches of the target team. So if this building, take this building away, I'm going to spread these guys out a little bit. If that's my target for a tank, any team beyond this 6 inches, which means this one, if that was the target, if I have extra attacks, it cannot be allocated to this one because it's more than 6 inches away. So that's that. So let's set up this scenario and let's see what happens here. So what we've got is, I'm going to try to set this up the best I can like this. So it's going to be more like, okay, here we go. So this one can see these two. So the end guys can see the two. So these can see these two. This can see this two. This one can only see the end guys. Okay, hopefully that's not too confusing. So these, those. The building's kind of blocking some there. Now each of these are going to get 2 shots. So now this is, I've already gone over picking your target. They're going to go for the easiest shot. They're going to go for the guys in the open. This one's going to go for guys in the open. This one, though, they're both going to be concealed from this one. So it's going to be a little harder. Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to make it simple. They all need 3s to hit. So this one hit once. This one hit once. And this one hit once. So that's going to be pretty simple. Okay, so this one, pick that as its target. The attacker is the one that assigns the dice. Defender just kind of sits back and waits. So it hit once. Its shot has to go on its target. This one says I'm shooting up there, so it has to go there. This one says I'm shooting at that one, so I'm going to put, we can't do that. What happens in this situation is we have to distribute these dice evenly amongst the teams, and this one can see both. So we're going to have to move this one over here. Even though it's target, we kind of have to allocate these out evenly because this is all one unit shooting. Now, if this one would have missed, let's say it rolled a 1, then yeah, this one would be allocated to that one. Since this is the only one it could see, and not that one, this has to be allocated from this tank. I'm going to put it back up here. And this one could be allocated to that one or this one. And if we go through that list again, it's a valid target for that one. It's part of the same unit, same type, within 6 inches. And you have to distribute these evenly. All right, so let's go back through this just for a second here, because hopefully I'll roll better this time. So same thing, target, target, target. Okay, this one hit twice. This one I'm hoping. Oh yes, here we go. Now we're doing it. And wow, all right. What I really want to do is I want to switch these two. No, you know what? I'm going to keep these like this and then I'll switch them. Okay, these, first one the attacker goes, okay, first one has to go to target. It can see this one, it's within 6 inches and everything, same unit and all that, so it goes to that one. This one can only see that one, so both dice have to go on that one. This one hit once, well that one's already got a die, distribute across, that one's going there. So let's switch this up a little bit. This one can only see that one. This one could see either, so we're going to put one here. Which of these two do we want to put the extra die on? You want to put it on that one or this one? It's up to the attacker to decide. And he's go, I'm going to put it on this one. So once you distribute evenly and you got dice left over, you can choose who you want the next shot to go on to, that one or that one. Now let's say they both, let's shoot this down. That would have been a situation. All right, so let's say they're all in the open. And this one wants to shoot that one, and that one. All right, so this one rolls, did not hit. This one's shooting that one, hit, so it has to go there. And this one's shooting that one, hit twice. All right, now we got a situation. I'm going to move this away just a little bit. So this one's got an extra hit. It targeted this one. It's already got a die on it. Within 6 inches are these two. It has to go on that one because that does not have a die. Now, let's say this one did hit. So I'm going to pull these back because this is kind of what I had. And let's say this one did hit. Well, that was its target. Allocate over like that. Now, you could also say they're all shooting this one. Okay, so I'm going to move these up just a little bit like this. So they're all going to shoot this one. You can say that for the whole unit, they're all just shooting this one tank. So how many hits we got? 3 hits. Okay, the first one has to go in there. Then we have to allocate out evenly as long as they match this. So we know they're all the same unit, same type, within 6 inches. Ooh, there's only one tank within 6 inches. So this one has to take that die. Where's the extra one going to go? It can go here or there. The extra die does not have to go back to the target. So we can go like that. Now I want to set up another situation. And that has to do with, let's say they're shooting these shilkas. And they're going to machine gun them. So if we look here, it's got 3 machine guns. And we're going to say they didn't move. So it's going to be 3 dice, 1 die, and 1 die. The important thing is also, are they in range? And they are, but also the firepower. This is going to be very important in this situation. And also it's anti-tank. So I'm going to have to do these. These two are exactly the same. 1 die, 1 die, anti-tank 2, firepower 6, 6. So they're the same. So I'm going to do this as one color and this a different one. So these are going to be red. These are going to be blue. So they each get 3 red, which is the top one here with a 5+ firepower. And then we're going to get 2 blue dice for the other machine gun. And we're just going to say they're going to shoot this one. They are all within 6 inches of this one. They're all the same unit and everything, so I'm going to allocate out. And I'm just going to roll all these together. And this is why it's nice just to have different colors. So the red's the more powerful firepower, and I need 3s to hit. So, and there, and there, and so these were the misses. All right, so I want to allocate these out by color also, because I don't want to go, you know what, I'm going to put like a whole bunch on this and this one's going to get that and that. Well, I have to distribute a little bit more there. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way. You can't do that. Set these up. Think of them as different colors first. So I have to do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That one, that one. Actually, I'm doing this all wrong. See, I even made a mistake. Let me start over. I have to go to the target. Then I can distribute these out. Now I'm at this situation. I'm going to put those. Now I got these 3, so 1 has to go here, 1 has to go there. Where do I want this last one to go to? It can go on any of them. They're all valid targets and everything. We'll just put it there. There should be something like that. So also distribute out your firepower. So if this one's 3, I can't have this situation. Okay. Now I've got one other situation to cover, and this one is a very unique situation, and that has to do with HQs in independent teams. This rule applies to them. So for this situation, I'm going to use the HQ T72. It's sitting up here. These are down here like this. I'm going to move these. They'll go, huh, if I take out your HQ and you have to do a formation morale check, you won't be able to do it because your HQ is gone. So we're all just going to go into that because they can't even hurt us. So I'm going to get my 6 shots into your HQ, needing 3s. So we hit 3 times. So that's 3 shots onto your HQ. Well, in this situation, with HQs and the independent teams, any unit within 6 inches of them, and they are the same type. So these are tanks, remember, these are tanks. They can be allocated hits also if your HQ is targeted. Now, if it was infantry teams out here, nope, can't do that because that's a different type. And the same if it was aircraft out here. Can't allocate to the aircraft from the that went onto the HQ. All right, so this helps keep your HQ and your independent teams alive because they're solo, basically. And it also applies to any teams from the HQ unit, which you may have an HQ with a BMP type situation. All right, so 1 has to go on to target. Then they can be allocated out like that. So this way, it's not taking all the hits. They can also help to keep this alive in the game because it'd be very easy to take these out in the game and leave the person kind of like with no way to keep their HQ alive because you just gang up on it. Now, let's say this is a situation. So they're down here. This is here. It's taken those 3 hits. They're beyond 6 inches. It has to take the 3 hits. It's beyond, even if there's a helicopter there, it's different type. Even if there's a bunch of men around, different type, it has to take all those hits. And that is how you allocate hits.